Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Azaga here. I'm going to bring you commentary for the matches of the South America Division scoring phase day 3. So, we're going to watch both of the RNG matches back to back. So, first off, we have Group A, Pup versus Rag, followed by Pup versus Temp. In Group B, we have RNG versus BH, and then RNG versus ATL. In Group C, it does look like Gus has won by default, so that is very interesting. Well, not to say very interesting. So, what probably happened here is TOZ and RHM completely forfeit, so they could not maintain 15 members. That happened there. It's gonna be a match up. Let's see. So this looks like it's gonna be mostly a. Oh, cool! This works out for me somehow. I must have watched it. Yeah, because I watched the BH versus ATL battle, and then I missed the ATL versus RNG battle, which I wanted to watch. And so, watching both of the RNG versus BH and the RNG versus ATL actually works out somehow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the show. We've got about 3 minutes before the start. According to what I am seeing here, it does look like ATL is in it to win it for the... Yeah, in it to win it for Group B. Who's in the lead for Group A? Both Pop and Rag are in it to win it, so Pop and Rag will have to... hang on, wait. Pop one against Rag. And then one against Temp. Actually... Yeah, so Pop versus Rag will be the tiebreaker between... Yeah, Pop versus Rag will be the tiebreaker. Because they previously lost to... Rag lost to Pop before. So the tiebreaker for Pop versus Rag should be happening first. Pop versus Temp. Temp mostly lost both of their all 3 of their battles actually, so those guys won't have another chance. Very interesting how this works out. Oh, no, I take that back. No, Pop, yeah, sorry, man. I'm blind. So, Group A, Pop's in it to win it, so unless Rag takes 2 points, unless Rag does a perfect win against Pop, Pop will win Group A, Group B, ATL. Oh, hang on, wait. ATL so far is yeah, in the lead. which is really sad because RNG actually forfeited against BH. They win against BH here. They would have picked their points back up. Oh man, this could be awkward. Yeah. If they didn't give up against BH, I think RNG would actually be in a position to stop ATL from taking Group B. But I think ATL will take Group B regardless, as long as they win one of the matches today. Or does RNG need to win both matches to tie up? Yeah, no. RNG needs to win both matches, perfect win style, in order to tie up against ATL. That's very interesting. So, sorry. We have 5 moles coming out from RNG. Lots of moles and lots of short swords. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 short swords. So, looking at the composition, lots of berserkers, lots of claymores actually coming out from BH. Good style. I love to see the claymores mainly because people really, really are underestimating the support abilities of the claymore. That 40% damage reduction followed by the 35% melee resistance gives claymores some of the most craziest buffs in the game right now. But nonetheless, we are underway. So for context of this, for context of today, RNG will need to win both matches. Their battle against the ATL will need to be perfect win though, in order to tie up against ATL, so that they have another shot at the main tournament. Otherwise, I think there'd be if they didn't forfeit against BH in the second round on the first day, they would actually be in a position to tie up immediately against ATL, and the tiebreaker against ATL would happen here. But unfortunately, they did forfeit, so they're down 4 points. They can earn all 4 points today, which will be amazing. Ooh, Trevin, what? Did he put it down? Probably did. In terms of cauldrons, we've got 1 Metallitor. Just 1 Metallitor, interestingly enough. Normally you'd need more Metallicors to suppress these siege towers. Doing very well with the naturals though. Got 1 Hawacha here just getting blasted to pieces. It's gonna take a while, but oh, sorry. Longbow is shooting something else. BH Zust, it's broken. Zest, it's broken. You mean the Claymores? Yeah, nah. If Claymores, I said this before, if Claymores didn't have the downfall of 35% damage, I mean, if they didn't have the slow plus the damage taken increase, it would be broken. It would be absolutely busted. Looks like BH just lost a guy down here, and the Piranha Swarm is going for him. Takes a while for the short swords to die, mainly because other short swords are trying to kill him. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, Claymores, Gunyetter in the Asia division use Claymores to amazing effect. Tier 4s running against both Iron Reaper and Medal Pile. That's the most important thing. They were able to hold out against Iron Reapers, and I think people seriously forget that Iron Reapers absolutely body everything in terms of infantry. Medals do well, but it's not like it's the greatest thing in the world. We have RNG rushing in with crazy numbers of serfs. Her white march coming out from the center. A gets completely shoved off as it gets surrounded by both hands side. We got Narfan guards. Narfan guards getting shot by Longbow. Good style. Unfortunately, not very good shots heading on top of it. Need to get a little bit closer to suppress, but does look like a squeeze is happening very easily. Royal Janissary probably cleaned up the front line. I did see some berserkers go down. Not very much substantial. Probably some efficiency trades here, mostly. I'm gonna say that the pretty bad dreb didn't look like it hit very much. As Fenris Pack comes and chase down the heroes. Lots of losses for RNG, but quite a bit of that was low tier units. And as you can see, having only one siege tower up here does leave you vulnerable. I think one of the problems here when they rushed up is that they had a section here split off, went to the A point, section here got caught up. What you really need to do is basically control the space around the siege tower, and you lose out mass, and that's really important. They lost out a lot of mass, like crazy amount of mass, in terms of unit quality, and the Nafan guards really just did their work, absolutely bodying the entire pile. The longbow needed to be up here. They needed to climb this ladder, be up here, shoot the heads of the Nafan guards. Only one died by the looks of it. Oh, actually, no, 3 of them died, so only 4 of them left. Will be a deadly contender. Again, you really need to focus on those core units. So, gonna run away, capture some extra points. I think RNG realizes that they need another siege tower up if they want to take this, but they can't afford to go in with anything weak is my second answer. Royal Janissaries will probably be the most scariest things that they come up against. Iron Reapers. There are Iron Reapers around, but there's more Claymores than Royal Janissaries. What's also going to be difficult, I would say, is their plan of attack. Nafan guards here at the front, so they're fast. So don't forget that Nafan guards are fast. All honesty, RNG. With time running out, your best option is to go for the right hand side. Do a 5-man climb up this section, condense here on this corner, and do a squeeze here on this section. Even if you don't use the 3 front ladders, at least use the 2 back ladders. Get something up there, get some guys through here. Just sitting your guys here would be very important as you have guys come up onto the siege tower and try to fight towards this direction while facing the left. Otherwise, you're just standing around, and we're heading on to 4 minutes here. 4 minutes is kind of the time where I say you need to start thinking about making a move, otherwise you're going to have no time at all to do anything. They're still waiting on for another siege tower, but I think this siege tower could go down yet again. Oh, where did that come from? Wait. Oh, no, they're right there. Yep. 2 more shots at most. Yeah, 1 more shot. I don't understand that word. Yes, you.
Nothing my axe can't handle.
Whoa! Climb on the left-hand side instead. Surprisingly, Berserkers beat out the Fenris pack, which have classically just been able to one-tap those guys. More Berserkers are coming up, but they're gonna have a hard fight against they're gonna have a hard fight against the Iron Reapers, as the Iron Reapers actually just cleave them into pieces. Claymores versus the Pike Militia. Good exchanges. If the Pike Militia could actually get start on brace, unfortunately they're on the downwards trend. Whoa! Risky front gate push here. Holy cow. Claymores here on the side. Going to stop the main gate push. This is really surprising, the push from RNG. RNG is going to run out of time at this point. BH doing super well, holding the defense. Royal Janissaries will cut right through the remainder, and I mean, it might be a bit of a struggle, but the Grey Hair Garrisons are not in formation, and that's really bad. Maul's absolutely slapping as we have more guys moving up towards, up from the left-hand side. Right-hand side is also coming in to engage, and this is a rush to the finish. We've got one Iron Reaper here holding the line. Big smack from a Thunderstruck as some Royal Janissaries come through. Imperial Pike March could be used to end it, but the Medaus are slowly getting cut through. Here comes some Claymores to reinforce the front line. Ooh, Claymore's doing very well, surviving. Really need to start chopping because those Royal Janissaries took a lot of damage there. But here on the A point, a massive battle is raging. We have mixture of, well, just Royal Janissaries now. We did have, oh, we do have one, no, we don't. Now he died. Yeah, RNG a little bit lost. Completely surrounded now. Unable to get this A point, so that's very unfortunate. Looks like BH learned. Well, not learned. This is kind of awkward. This is kind of awkward. Mainly because of how easily I think how RNG won against ATL, but I'm gonna say that it's. Oh, okay. So I realize now that BH Soust is actually a player. So he's probably. So you're telling me BH Soust is one of the strategists. They say claymores are broken. So yeah, no. I wouldn't put it past anyone to say that claymores pretty much are broken. They have Roar of Faith, which gives them one of the most broken ass abilities in the game. But unfortunately, it does have a downside. Yeah, RNG not doing too well. Hero kills not doing too well. A lot of deaths. I think BH played that really well. Suppressed the siege towers just enough to let one of the siege towers up. Watched RNG make a mistake. Both of the top players scoring one scoring close to 1,000, one scoring above 1,000, and a couple of guys getting near 700, but unfortunately RNG not getting anywhere near that 700 mark again. Efficiency for RNG was really low, losing a lot of those first engagements. Nalfan guards probably really messed them up both times. The push through the front gate, I didn't get to see very much of it, but I highly doubt, by the looks of it, I highly doubt that they came out unscathed. There was a Fort Russia with a Nalfan guard in the mix, so that would have totally demolished a lot of health off the enemy. Continuing to push after taking a flamer to the face is never really a good thing. RNG doesn't look too hot, but you're gonna have to remember that BH has lost against ATL. They won against RNG. So the second loss against ATL puts them lower. So okay, so how to say, even if BH wins against RNG, so Brotherhood has no chance at being the winner of Group B. ATL is still up, so up 3 points here. So they're up to 8 points right now. If so, RNG not too. Oh wait, hang on. RNG lost against BH. Won against ATL. No, that is correct. So if they win against ATL in the second round, and they need to win against BH here, so the RNG versus ATL match needs to be a perfect win. But RNG only needs to win against BH. So if they can win their defense as well, this is important because if they only have to win their defense. If they win their defense and send it down to a tiebreaker, as long as they win, they have a good shot of tying up with ATL. That means there will be that means it might come down to RNG versus ATL and a tiebreaker. This is really weird because RNG won 2-0 against ATL, and it's just like BH lost to ATL, but now RNG lost to BH. So I'm really wondering whether or not BH just got an upgrade from the last time they were in the tournament, or whether or not RNG is just worse than I think. Because if BH really does win this off against RNG has no hope of winning from B section, and we can totally say that Atlas goes in for Group B. Yeah, yeah. I realized that. I realized that eventually. So I realized that eventually. El Cartos, El El Carwantos, El Calitos. I'm gonna say El Calitos. Does look like they're ready from Sus. Yeah. I think one of the most important things about the Claymores is you don't want to send them in alone, because once their ability does kick in, I mean once their debuff does kick in, you kind of need someone to take over the front line. Otherwise, the Claymores will be wasted in an instant. 15 seconds of glory, actual glory. They're crazy. They're crazy tough. I mean, in the whole scheme of things, they're Roar of Faith. The downside is pretty hefty, though. 50% attack speed, 40% damage, and increased damage taken by 40%. So it's kind of a swap from the 40% damage reduction. But don't forget, they also have the Call for Freedom. No, Unwavering Heart. So the Unwavering Heart restores a little bit of health, which is cool. And I think Roar of Faith, Roar of Faith boosts the recovery up to 300, melee resistance to 35%. So they also gain 10% damage reduction. So Claymores are running around with something like 50% damage reduction, and then giving their allies 35% damage reduction. Otherwise, they give around about 20% damage reduction in the meantime, even if they don't use Roar of Faith. So that's really important as well, because nearby allies gaining 20% melee reduction for 2 seconds. So if you get that rolling, with between 2 claymores, you can get. So if you have 2 claymores, even without Roar of Faith, they're running around with something like 30% damage reduction again in melee, and it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense. That kind of buff really does make a difference in a head-to-head battle. Going to be over reliant on the Berserkers yet again, but I think in this scenario, Berserkers will probably be able to attrition out BH here on the defensive side. Berserkers really getting caught out, I think, in the attack, unable to get a leg up. But I also think RNG needs to concentrate the number of Berserkers if the enemy really does concentrate as well. Having the Berserkers split up, again, Berserkers supporting other Berserkers is pretty much the scariest thing you'll ever see. I think we dropped the Maul. No, the Maul's still around. We got more poleaxes. A couple of the short swords swapped out to poleaxes by the looks of it. We got 3 muskets coming out from the defenders. BH, 3 pikes, 3 short swords, and 3 Mauls. An interesting pick of the double jewel blade. Double jewel blade. Whether or not the jewel blade's going to work out is a question to be asked. We got 1 musket, so I'm not sure how well a musket on the attack works out. Situationally, musket provides a very good. Like the slow on the muskets is pretty important, and the musket bomb are 2 of the most useful tools for a range class to have. They can really dictate a fight. They can, like, honestly, like a good musket knows how to dictate a fight, and it's just difficult, I would say, for the team with the musket to make use of the musket, because a lot of people like the upfront power that comes with a lot of heavy armor classes. A good old Thunderstruck does the exact same as a musket bomb, but musket bomb's a bit safer. You also got Caltrops and Skirmish, which both drops those slow areas. Can create a lot of value when you're trying to slow down the enemy. I would normally have the musket guard the range. That way, like the musket either has the range or guard the range, because they can keep the enemy off of it. Anyway, we have the battle starting off. We have all of the siege towers getting shot at. Metallitaur's here near the top of the stairs. Interesting position. Oh, this could be brutal. I would definitely get on top of those siege towers and treb, or just shoot them. Oh, very unfortunate. What happened there? Try to do a flash shot, but did it get... I got cut short! Oh my god, that's brutal. I keep forgetting. There's actually a maximum distance on the lightning bolt. I think it's 100 meters. And it's very sad, actually. I think the minimum damage for the... Okay, so... Longbow. Longbow historically has been very difficult to not just have them go out of control, especially on defense. Might see a double climb here for the Metallitaurs. One of them do get caught. Second one gets caught. Oh my goodness. Gets tossed right off. Neither of them die. Another treb comes in. None of them lands dead on, so that's very unfortunate. There we go. Wow, that is a heavy hit. I think only 4 of them are left right now. 5. Whew. But we have the left-hand siege tower getting up onto the wall. Very, very good. This double cauldron here is an interesting spot. It is trebable, but I think the maximum distance of sending out trebs does max out. So even if you're at the top of the siege towers, you can't actually treb this because the maximum distance and all really screws with you. But I think this pike could go for it, but unfortunately the flag's in the way. Yeah, flag's in the way. You basically have to already know that the cauldrons are here, and you'd be lucky to get both of them. The placement for three of them three of them don't actually hit in, so you'd need all the remaining four here. I think it's four. Yeah, the remaining four trebs are hit pretty dead on. RNG looks ready to squeeze BH if they do come up here on this left-hand side, but I think they're giving them a bit too much room. There's the Treb, but unfortunately the siege tower did go down yet again. Bam, bam, bam! Destroying one of the cauldrons. Whoa! Nice! The cauldron went far left and absolutely destroyed the second one. That is good. That is good. 2 cauldrons for the price of 1 Treb. That is value. Also, the mortar's doing okay. Wouldn't want to send you guys back just yet, but if they get pushed off of this left-hand stairs, this right-hand stairs gonna look pretty weak. We got Grey Hair Garrison leading the way. That is the right-hand siege tower up as well. This is not going to be good. So, timing is everything for BH right now. They cannot force an engagement on one side and not have the other side prepared. They really need to get this left-hand side moving, as the right-hand side is purely... Oh, no, I take that back. They can do a catch here. They're going to catch some berserkers. That is absolutely brutal. They're going to lose 2 berserkers here. Because of that retreat. They are retreating. I'm going to try to catch a couple of guys. I'm very worried about why... Okay, so... honestly, they could have challenged the right-hand side instead of just getting bodied on the left-hand side. Berserkers should have went right. These guys should have came up. If these guys went to challenge them here, they could have won. They could have won and retreated out. Their exchanges are... Whoa, that's very unfortunate. The Iron Reapers are trying to just walk away, but as you can see, the heroes are dealing all the damages, taking out one of the Iron Reapers. 2 more of the Iron Reapers will die. 3, actually. And that unit is basically half dead. Not what you want to see. Got an interesting ballista being placed here. Not using all of the artillery on the wall. Good time pickup though. Again, destroying the siege towers is never a bad option. But control of the right hand side, I never really understand this. The attackers are going to have all the advantages. Like, look, they got 25 artillery still left. You've got only 1 Metallitor. These guys got 1 Metallitor, so it's kind of an even fight, but gonna have to ask. Whoa! 2 of the berserkers get dropped dead by ballista fire, probably. The shields moving up takes a lot of damage. Also getting ballisted to the face there. Now, that is very important. You never really want to sit here on the approach as you just get shot to pieces. But here in the center, you get really close And again, the center is really good for the attackers. I think it's what's going to be important now is getting in position to shoot back. You need to get the Metallators here in order to shoot back. Otherwise, you got this tiny window here to shoot forward. Metallators ran out of ammo, actually. That's going to be brutal. The Grey Hair Garrisons gets ripped apart by Grape Shot and Metallator fire. Piecemeal of what seems to be a shield unit. Shenji grenades getting tossed in by the looks of it. Slowly but surely, one Grape Shots annihilates one of the RNG. RNG needs to somehow hold against his tide, but doesn't look like they're doing too well. Setting up Medows up the rear. Looking to take out the Grape Shots. A good plan. Takes out the Grape Shots from the back line. How many SA divisions are in... Well, how many SA? There is... Sorry, there is 9. There are 9 teams in the SA division, and very surprisingly, cavalry coming up the rear here. I thought there was cavalry from... Wow, does look like the Cataphract did get cleaned up by a cavalry battle that I didn't get to see. Tundra Human trying to make use of the backside, but did not work out too well. Where'd they go? Keshigs, where'd you go, buddy? Running around all over the place. Get up on top of this point would do you well. Interestingly enough, the Berserkers are kind of just messing up this Palace Guard at the back. Nice catch! Claymores being thrown in. I don't think the Claymores are going to die. Well, except that there is Iron Reapers reinforcing, so the center line is dropping like flies, but here comes massive reinforcements respawning from this left-hand side supply point. Probably. Retreat. This is a good call by BH, reestablishing their form. Oh, that exchange... I can't say, really. That exchange looked very back and forthy. Overextending. I think overextending here to do the chase. Didn't realizing the back line getting pushed. Not to say that they didn't do well on the push. It's just that on the back swing, the Tundra Humans and the Keshigs seem to have been able to beat out the cavalry, which is very important. Up until they started pushing A, attackers only lost 10 units and defenders 50. Interesting? Yeah. Small skirmish here. Berserkers versus Berserkers. Gonna win out with more Berserkers. Here comes a Tundra Human. Slams right into the side of the Grey Hair Garrison. That Grey Hair Garrison is gone, but the Berserkers are still alive. I take that back. Grey Hair Garrison is still alive as well. Not the entire squad, but does look like an absolute mess here in the back. Front section is also getting engaged. We got a massive three-way fight here. Left-hand side gets completely collapsed on as majority of the forces are dead. This Berserker pile really needs to make some value. They're standing at the back here, just catching reinforcements, but whoa! RNG just dropped dead real fast. I don't know what happened there. Unfortunately, I didn't catch the major battle, but I think the Royal Janissaries are carrying themselves today. Royal Janissaries, just 1, 2 Iron Reapers probably did the most of the job. RNG has no units here at the base point. They are rushing them in. Berserkers playing catch up. Longsword, wow, you are being brave. Berserkers will get eliminated by the Grey Hair Garrisons, I believe. Or the Claymores. I think the Claymores actually beat them out there. That was very surprising. Imperial Pike Walk on top of Pike Militia. Probably not the worst exchange I've ever seen. Keshik's getting caught out by the Pike Militia beforehand, so that's really good. Claymores already are going to drop like flies once that passive kicks in. The short sword, the only thing here on the point, and being super desperate. Pike Militia coming in from all directions. Grey Hair Garrison at the front, Berserkers in the back. Oh, Madow's getting absolutely chewed on by some Fenris. Look at them go, but the reinforcing Berserkers just absolutely body them. Pike Militia, what are you doing? You're just walking straight in. Trying to just get onto the point, being super desperate. Down to 6 players. Surprising that they're getting through this section here at the back on the left-hand side.
The enemy is about to capture the
But doesn't look very good as the Berserkers and some Iron Cap swordsmen here at the front here just holding off the main line. But heroes are able to get around that section, being super desperate. A 3-minute and 40-second hold. I've seen some pretty desperate holds before, but this one's going to be the most brutal one, if I do say so. Because completely outnumbered in this case, and just throwing your lives away. Tundra Human might be the difference, but it runs straight into a Madow. That's brutal. They got a Demez Pikeman here, which is really good positioning from the Demez Pikeman, and BH wins out. Wow. Okay, that is brutal for RNG. RNG is that's not what I want to see. Sometimes it's hard to say, but RNG, what are you doing? I think RNG is making the same mistakes that other teams have made before. They're trying to do flanking attacks when they don't need to. Or they do flanking attacks, but it's too late. One of the most important thing is that B had no space. You needed to be on B point if you want to defend B point. Your best option would have been is to give up B point and perform a squeeze. But the backline dealing with Berserkers couldn't come up fast enough. And that's really important. They exposed themselves there on the front line, at B, going towards the enemy. You want to slow down the enemy so that your flank can actually engage. You don't want to rush. You don't want to rush the counterattack. RNG also making the mistake of losing the Berserkers a little bit early. They're on top of the A point, so I think a little bit of losses on the wall is very important because the wall is a huge advantage that RNG gave up. I mean, BH also gave up the wall as well, but I don't understand why people give up the wall when strategically it is, again, extremely valuable. But nonetheless, the third mistake, another mistake that RNG did was give up the right-hand side. I've seen many a battle where the enemy got A, but couldn't come down. Every time they come down, like, that's the thing. What RNG should have done was try to keep BH up on the wall. Every time they come down, they should have just bodied them. Should have had cavalry, should have had their berserkers ready to murder anything that comes down comes down. Given up that space, given up the valuable supply. And I say valuable because the supply inside the city is the closest supply point that the attackers can possibly get. The attackers, do remember, if they survive, have to run all the way outside and then back. Lots of time gained every time you kill the enemy's units and you let the heroes run off. But you could also just kill the enemy and they'll run out of lives. Nonetheless, that's very unfortunate. After this battle, it does consolidate Atlas's victory in the Group B. Unfortunately, RNG is not going to pull off a miraculous point victory. So that's very unfortunate. But that enough being said, we're going to have a rematch here for RNG versus Atlas. After that performance, though, it's very interesting to see that BH beats RNG, Atlas beats BH, but RNG beats Atlas. So kind of like three-way. It's kind of a weird three-way right now. But turns out point directions anyway is Atlas is winning. So Atlas will win now since it's impossible for RNG to tie up with Atlas. So I wish these two guys luck for their last scoring phase battle. I hope they fight. Again, I really love it when people fight until the end. It's best to be a part of something than to not be. So a lot of people in the Asia division started giving up once they noticed that they couldn't win anymore. And it's a little bit sad, but I love it for the teams that did commit, especially for some of the ending matches, even though they had no chance of getting in the main. They still came around for their last battle. Oh, especially one of the other guys. Very surprising that they tied up. They tied up a four-way tie for fourth place in one of the groups. But nonetheless, we have about 19 minutes before the next battle begins, so we're gonna be waiting for that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. Gonna have a little bit of a drink because I have been chatting along. Alrighty, about 5 minutes until the next battle starts. We are going to be watching Atlas versus RNG. So this will be a rematch. Atlas could probably pull it back and solidify their already solidified victory here in the Group B. But nonetheless, hopefully we get to see an awesome battle. 13 members of RNG have made it. Hopefully the last two does come. We just watched them in the RNG versus BH, so we know that they have 15 players online. But other than that, going to backtrack for a couple of things. Thank you for following me, Pad, Argos Knight, and Titan KCB. But I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I know I am. Main section of the tournament should be starting soon as well, so that'll be very interesting to see. I want to see everything. So, what do you guys think? I mean, previously this matchup had Atlas losing to RNG, which is kind of the strangest thing, considering how badly they lost here against BH. A lot of mistakes are happening out from RNG. I think BH doing well on a lot of things. They're fighting, they're definitely fighting battles which they can win. Battles that they should take at the very least. And I think the Claymores are working out for them very well. I think one of the harder things to do is withstand the Claymores. So, wow. What's brilliant about the Claymores is that they multi-hit. They have a default multi-hit. Up to 3, I believe. And that's pretty intense. With a multi-hit of 3, the Claymores really can cleave right through anything. And Roar of Faith does make them pretty tanky. Not to mention they also get a, they also heal back. A lot of fishing calls. 2 minutes to go. Hopefully. Last member of RNG does make it. Alrighty. 15v15, so we are looking pretty good. Very weird. Ranger, Verda, Ranger Gato, Ranger, and Plantito, Ranger Ika, Nando Wata, Ranger Arcoiris, Ragnarok, Ragnarok. I am RNG Ragnarok. Ranger Blanco. Silver. What a generic name. Silver. What a. I like the Rangers, and I really think it's really funny. Ragnarok. I'm surprised that someone actually decided to call themselves Antifa. War Heroes. I never really look at the names too much, mainly because in the Asia division, I can't read most of the names. But here on the South America division, I can actually read most of these. Kaiser Phoenix is a cool name. But then again, I mean, like, German just sounds so aggressive. And I think it's a trope. Depredador. Duck tapping. But here we go. We waited long enough. It is 9 a.m. for me, probably 9 p.m. for those of you watching from from South America. But we have Atlas versus RNG here, so hopefully, so we hope to see a good battle between the two. RNG must be feeling a little bit sore after their loss against BH Brotherhood, so hopefully they can pull it back. I'm gonna take a really quick look to see what the hell the name is for RNG. I know Atlas and Brotherhood, but I keep forgetting what RNG's name is. Rangers! Wow, I mean, I could have probably predicted that. Ooh, Atlas going out with an interesting poleaxe. We got two glaives, actually two glaives out on the field. Not much difference from last time, I think. Rangers going in with poleaxes, well, 4 poleaxes. Actually, that's a lot more poleaxes than before. 5 moles, seen the 5 moles before. 3, oh, no, one of the muskets actually changed to a pike. I think that's the first time they brought out a pike. Nothing else too special, except for the 3 muskets there for Atlas. Atlas going out with 3 muskets is kind of the interesting thing. In terms of unit composition, lots of Imperial pikemen still going out with a lot of berserkers for Rangers. Got a catapack, 2 catapacts, 3 keshigs. The triple keshig pick is super extraordinary. Keshigs were broken in the past, but now it's surprising to see them. I would say, on the grand scheme of things, keshigs can still create a lot of value, but I think it's hard to get them to work, mainly due to the fact that the mainstay of a lot of armies are the medalls. You run into a medall, you get sliced to pieces, but if you frenzied assault anyone, I think frenzied assault does have some targeting issues, but you can get past that by just activating it and just running through stuff. And that's one of the important things, is that micromanagement. Micromanagement is very difficult. Keshigs themselves, I would say, suffers in cities because they really need a lot of space. And they really need to kind of just do sweeping through. Not what? Oh my god, that is brutal. Trebbed straight away. Wow, I didn't even catch who trebbed that, but that was an amazing instant treb, eliminating 7 of the 10 Metallators. That means they're going top line. I think bottom line is better, mainly because you get 2 extra guys. But the fire rate is better on the top line and accuracy, so that could work out well on precision fire. This left-hand siege tower could get up again if they're not careful. It does look like they have a cauldron here to make sure that doesn't happen. We got the front gate only being protected by village watchmen, which is the weirdest thing in the world. Not the weirdest thing in the world, actually. It's better than having nothing. Siege tower on the middle gets destroyed. Siege tower on the right gets destroyed. Left side also gets destroyed. All siege towers are destroyed, so Atlas is going to be sold out for this first section. We got the battering ram just about to hit the front door, and that will go down. In terms of how many culverins have been placed down, we've got 10 culverins being placed down already. How many of them been destroyed? Let's monitor this wall. We got no culverins. We got a grey hair garrison underneath here. We got a culverin at the stairs. Interesting position. Double culverin, a little bit further spaced apart. This is good. It means that it's harder for them to both go down. So 2 culverins here on the far left wall. 1 culverin here. So they got 3 culverins pointing at the center. Where are the culverins? I got 1 culverin there. 4 culverins actually is pointing at the center, 1 culverin pointing at the right hand side. Wow, that is a lot of awkward positioning. So 3 culverins now facing the left hand siege tower. I think we only have 2 culverins now pointing at this right hand one. The mortar should do well at hitting this one, not so much this one. This one could go down very easily. This Treb, again, really, really good. Really, really good positioning from the Culverin here. Even if you, like, it is so difficult to get the Treb to land on the stairs. It's pretty scary though. You sit here on the stairs and someone traps you and it just lands all around you. Absolutely terrifying sometimes when that happens. Oh, what a miss. I think that's gonna be a bit brutal there. Bit of a waste of a trap, but they still have 11 to go. Siege towers got destroyed again, so third generation siege towers actually. Third generation siege towers respawning. We got a little bit of a climb. Probably gonna try to get see this pike try to get the culverin in the back. Does instead go for a treb instead. Could be terrible as, oh no, direct hit on one of those trebs. There is a difference between a direct hit and a explosion. I think at times, especially during the tier 3, they change the direct hit. They make the direct hit circle bigger, or they make the explosion more deadly. Because like during tier 3, since there's so many units, they just make it. Sometimes they make it that like the trebs basically just one-shot tier 3 units. So getting hit with a treb is like nothing survived getting hit with a tier 3 trap. I kind of find it funny sometimes. When the developers change things like that and don't tell anyone, because you definitely feel it. Man, getting 2-shot by trebs back in those days. I'm not sure if they did it for this tier 3, but they did it for like season one of the seasons, and it was kind of the funniest thing in the world because like people were getting trebbed left, right, and center, and we would just die, but we wouldn't care because we'd just go absolutely crazy. But here we are at the front gate, massive push. Atlas not being able to get up to see anything, so this is good. I don't know why they're ignoring the left-hand pile. Probably because they know reinforcements is coming. But I think they could have won. I think they could win, leaving the remainder of the forces here to deal with that. We got the a little bit late here for a cavalry charge. Gets basically nothing. Does pick up a couple of kills. The front gate is still raging on, in fact. This Imperial Pike could walk this. And it does! Catches the Tundra Human nicely. Wall being completely abandoned. Here, fighting at the front gate. These rear guards are fighting to their hardest. Unfortunately, they're surrounded by berserkers. Wow. That is a successful front gate push. I think overcommitment from RNG towards the front gate. Losses are considerable for both sides. I think what's probably important here is the berserkers carrying the day. But again, RNG making the same mistake last time, letting this right-hand side go for free. In fact, even like Atlas just took a bad fight, and you let them get to this supply point unchallenged. Atlas is going to switch out to stronger units. They're going to refresh this weak ass half squad of, well, I mean like not half squad. They only lost like 3 guys, of those Imperial pikemen. Now that's switched out with a full squad of what? I think I saw like a full squad of Imperial Spear Guard. RNG Rangers. Seriously, you need to catch some, like, especially this front gate. You should be sitting here at this front gate watching all of these guys retreating and try to catch some retreating guys. It's very important that RNG control as much space as possible, but look how much space now that you've given Atlas. Atlas is deep in this city. This is a very, very, very perilous situation for Rangers because it's kind of do or die. You're allowing the enemy to take a front battle. You're giving the enemy all the advantages. I would definitely put turtle mode. You do not want the gray hair garrisons to take very much damage. So, line formation, good and all, but really, I think the gray hair garrisons might take a few shots. If anything, I think it's more worth it for the Medals to take a few shots, because the Medals take 2 shots to kill. You really wanna, oh, gray hair garrisons, and both the shields leave. Imperial Pike is moving up, gets walked. Doing very well, Keshik's in the back by the sounds of it. Imperial Pike walk a little bit late on the backswing, might catch a few people. Nah, it doesn't, by the looks of it. Here on the front line, though, fallen to pieces. Medals, where are you going? My goodness. Someone sacrificing their lives yet again to get on the point, but it's just like, what's the point of getting on the point when you just get blasted? Wow. Was that a Shenji grenade? No, that was, no, that was just the Metallitor. I thought the Axe Raiders were Shenjis for a second, and I was just like, damn it. Why? You useless piece of ass. These guys, these Medals, stand and fight, because you're going to get caught anyway. Oh my god, Nate, take that back. Imperial Pike Guard holding the rear instead. A couple of Berserkers as well. Gets away! Very good. Sacrificing the Imperial Pikemen and the Berserkers here. Actually distracting them. Able to, like, damn it! I hate that Medal. I hate that Medal. That second guest going in, only to go in when another Medal goes in and leaves first. I bet you that guy, like, that guy's not, man. If you see a line break down because people are retreating, it is people like that. And I find it really funny. I find it really funny in team battles where people, like, sorry, I find it really funny that, wow, the 100 humans just slapped the backside of those Medals. Wow, that is a really good pickup. Anyway, but like, my goodness, RNG, work together. If you're not working together, you need to at least commit together. This half-ass Medal, look, he's here. Where is he? He's in the very center, after a Pike Militia, after a Grey Hair Garrison. He wants to keep these Medals alive as long as possible. This Medal has 15 guys left. What are you doing? Oh wait, hang on, wrong side. This Medal has 11 left. I could probably count that. Man, you make me mad. Oh, wow, getting blasted to pieces right now. Not a lot of time, but they have a little bit of time to set up some mortars and blast the defenders into oblivion, as they are. Oh, not to mention that squad of 11, heavily damaged probably. You already lost most of them. Now you got a grape shot firing in. The Grey Hair Garrisons will probably have to carry the day here. They're really gonna have to create a lot of value. No one standing on the point. Grape shots galore. Gotta be really careful. These grape shots still will catch you. They do cause a daze. Interestingly enough, that Grey Hair Garrison did not wipe out those heroes. Pike Militia gets into the mix of it. That stun on break. What? No! That is brutal. Royal Janissaries are retreating out. Does look like the hero's dying for nothing. Pushing in super heavy now. This fight is for the finish. Imperial Pike Walk there. Grey Hair Garrison holding the front, just getting poked out by some Pike Militia. It does look like they've reduced the range of the backline pikes previously. Whoa, coming in with a big old cavalry charge. Unfortunately, did not come in with a infantry push. Really need to secure. Royal Janissaries here coming in from the right-hand side, absolutely cleaning up. Now, they just need to stop the reinforcements from coming. We've got Royal Janissaries here at the front. Antifa controlling them, but he is alone in this. Backline getting attacked by some berserkers. Whether or not they create a lot of value, does look like the hero died in the meantime. Keshigs come in, sweeps up those... Oh, I take that back. It looked like the Royal Janissaries got swept up by Iron Reapers instead. Could have been the Keshigs. Probably was the Keshigs. Here comes some Grey Hair Garrisons. Gotta get stopped immediately by the Keshigs. Absolutely chewed into nothing. Wow. Double wow. What are you doing? My question to you, RNG. Whether or not you... Again, it's just like... Again, you're letting the enemy... You did a good fight. You did a good fight at the front gate. You did a little bit of a pickup. It was kind of even. You lost a little. They lost a bit more. Then you let go of the right-hand side. Again, why are you giving up the right-hand side? There's no point to give up the right-hand side. The right-hand side supply point is very important for the attackers. The attackers just took a loss. The attackers just took a loss, and you gave up the right-hand side. That means they're going to reinforce. Whew. Hero fighting, not too bad. This time you picked up a little bit more, not sacrificing a life. But, my goodness, someone is being too cautious with their medals. If you're going to fight, fight. If you're not going to fight, retreat. You're waiting for the enemy to do something and only to retreat at the face of adversity is an insult to everyone that died fighting. And it's insanity. It's insanity because you're in a team game, so you guys should know when you want to fight, when you want to retreat, when you want to commit, when you want to go in. You want to dictate what your team is doing, because if you're not working together, you're working alone, and when you work alone, you are weak, but when you're together, you are strong. This is why Atlas and Brotherhood beat you out. They're working together, they're working as one. They're coming in together, and when they go in hard. They don't just go in as in they push super hard. Every single member is there to back each other up. Your lines break super easily, their lines are solid. And that is the difference. Two members doing very well, scoring above 1,000. And one person from the RNG going for about 700. Anyway, I gotta rush to get to the second battle, or I'm gonna not make it. Only just now, opening it up. But it truly does make me mad that I see these, how to say, non-committal plays. Non-committal plays from a team that knows each other. So that's one of the most important things. Every single person in Ranger, I assume, knows each other, is talking to each other right now. There could have been a call to retreat, but you were fighting there at the B point, but you were holding back. It just looks bad. It just makes it look like you're sacrificing your teammates. It makes it look like that you're not working with your team. It's super sad. I want to cry. Rangers must be feeling pretty terrible right now, and I don't know what to say. It's just, I want to believe that Rangers can do well. They've done well before, apparently. I don't think I've watched any of their battles, but watching them here, it makes me wonder how they won against Atlas. I think they won against Atlas mainly because they couldn't deal with the Berserkers, because they didn't know how to. And again, that's part of balance as well. The Berserker threshold doesn't exactly reach tier 5, but some of the tier 4s do really well against Berserkers. In fact, the Claymores doing super well against Berserkers is pretty good. But I'd also say it's also because I don't think RNG is using the Berserkers correctly either. One of the things that people forget or don't realize is they need to stack their passive to get that 60% damage reduction. You want to get that passive stacked up as fast as possible. So, what I think I'm seeing is people not using the Berserker Assault or the Whirlwind attack. Yeah, the Whirlwind attack, this one. You want to gain those stacks. You have to gain those stacks. Everyone probably uses Brute Charge very easily, but throw out a Whirlwind Charge every now and again, because that does a lot of damage, and really good, because it's really good nowadays, because it cuts right through. And sometimes between Berserker charges, I try to throw out a Whirlwind as well. Really low cooldown. I mean, it's really funny, because, like, the Whirlwind cooldown is so low on my Berserkers. I can spam it every 2 seconds. And if you got Rage, you can go straight into Warpath, and it's really funny because they get the heal off for free. Anyway, just waiting on the members from both teams to make it in here. Oh, man. Rangers is just... You're killing me. Actually killing me. I feel frustrated just watching you guys. Waiting. Waiting, just waiting. Waiting on the world to change. Oh, everybody is there. The world's in a vision. But I'll just go on waiting, waiting on the world to change. Alright, one last member from... Man, stop joining the wrong team, man. One last member from RNG. Just waiting on him to... just waiting on them to get back. And there we go. 15v15. A little bit of a wait between the two battles. Trying to formulate their strategy, I think. Now, RNG back on the attacker's side. Let's see if they learned anything from their previous attack. Really gotta come together. Really gotta come close. Gotta work together. I'm sorry. RNG. Stop trying to flank. Work together first. If you're going to win, you're going to have to learn to work together. And when your core is strong, you'll be able to... Oh, wait. We're on Sun City as well. This is really interesting that we're on Sun City. Last time they attacked Hidden City as well, but they switched to Sun... Really? Is it really switched to Sun City? Yeah, really switched to Sun City. Oh, well, a showcase of Sun City. Could have been, I mean, actually, they should have, out of all the people that should have done a special, different map, they should have went for Riverland Castle. Man, they should have just done Riverland Castle, go triple all of the Berserkers up that, right-hand side, left-hand side ladders, all the Berserkers in the world. I don't think you guys need to see, the units right now, because, again, you could probably just see it from before. They switched out 2 of their moles, which is very interesting. By the looks of it, Atlas is going with the double tier 5s. Didn't see very many cavalries, but I'm seeing a lot of Iron Reapers and a lot of Royal Janissaries. Not very many medals. Could have sent the defenders through a loop by going with a cav heavy setup, but then again, you still need to grab a wall. Massive push towards this B side. Only 3 ladders though. That's very unfortunate. They did spot it. Does look like Ranger Plantino is going to be a bit late. Here comes the climb. It's you're gonna have to commit here. Up those walls. Berserkers first up, first serve. Treb immediately on top of the stairs. Royal Janissaries at the front, going to chew up a couple of Berserkers. This short sword might survive. Good! Nice! That is a very good bomb. Nice supporting fire from Namcans. Really good. The Treb's gonna come in. Should have trebbed here. That way they'll stop coming up. Berserkers being let go. Just let them go. Those are medals on top of the stairs. You're actually really good against that. And yes, beating out those medals, instantly wiping them. Atlas doesn't know what to do as Berserkers are literally littering the scores. Every single Berserker should just be going in. Every single Berserker should be going in. Given this space up is terrible. You really need all of the Berserkers just go in, break up this pile, and just force a fight. You're not winning when you're not fighting, and the Iron Reapers just cleaved right through your lines. You're losing your Berserkers like crazy here. Where's your reinforcements? Is that all of your Berserkers? You're lost out. You're lost out without rushing. You should have rushed the enemy continuously. Wow. That is brutal. That is brutal. Holding back the berserkers? Why? Every single unit coming up one at a time should have seen a face full of 10 berserkers. Not 10. They should have seen. You should have been seeing 11 berserkers just melting the face of everything that comes up here. Royal Janissaries are fearsome, but what's also more fearsome is a death ball of 15 berserkers. You had so many berserkers up there, but you're holding back again. What are you doing holding back? You either go big or go home. You don't have mainstay infantry. You have to take a fight. You have to take every fight. If anything, if you thought that the fight here at A was, if you thought the fight here on B was too harsh, I would have went down the stairs. Turn around, go down the stairs, man. Get on the ground, create some space, come down here. I don't care if you have to go the long way, go through the streets and stuff. Get to the A. RNG now going straight through under. They're all on the wall. Bypass it. Go bypass it. Go straight to A. Go straight to A. Cut them off. Cut them off here. That supply point is unmanned, but you can't grab it, unfortunately. I'm not sure whether or not the developers should open up this supply point. I don't know what you're doing with cavalry. You have 2 sets of cavalry here. Catch this. There is so many heroes here. Just slap it. Get this, Shenji. Get this. Get this. Get him! Don't hold back! Loyal Guards, get up there! That's what I'm talking about. Loyal Guards. Royal Janissaries leading the way. Heroes! Oh my god. Hero pile, come back! Imperial Pike Walk! Loyal Guards, what are you doing at the back? Get in there! Oh my god, this Madao needs to be pushed out. You're getting squashed! Getting squashed! So many Shenji! You bring Shenji here. Good trip, but you're not going to make a difference. Loyal Guards get ripped to pieces by Iron Reapers here. Flamers also getting ripped to pieces as the backline just finally gets eaten into. This, like, what are you doing? Get the Shenji up here in this corner. Throw. Both your attacks failed, but both are very interesting to watch. But execution, your execution is sloppy. Very fun to watch indeed, but sloppy. Madao's unable to hold against Iron Reapers and Imperial Spear Guards. The Iron Reapers just slapped you with their swords. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a quick battle. That's what I can say for sure. But my goodness. The worst thing here is that even with this guy on the supply point, they could still pull out units, but they don't. They killed him. They can still pull out units. Pike Militia now coming down. Not a single siege tower is going to be pushed today, is it? Not a single siege tower is going to get pushed today. They're just going to keep climbing the wall. I mean, they could have done better. Oh man, that berserker push could have been done way better though. Like way better. But I do have to say, over-reliance on the berserkers. It's a bit of an over-reliance. You don't know how to use berserkers, but you decide to have all the berserkers in the world. When it comes to when using berserkers, don't don't care. Do not care what you're throwing them up against. The biggest challenge a Berserker ever has is not being able to hit something. As long as a Berserker is fighting, it's creating value. And when it's not fighting and sitting back, you're wasting its time. And especially in a push where you're going up the ladders and the enemies are coming in, that is the best opportunity. You're not trying to assault a heavy fortified enemy. You want to fight the enemy when they're moving. When they're trying to get somewhere, the Berserkers will be a pain in the ass because not only does Atlas need to wait until they murder the Berserkers are not easy to kill. Wow, this is a split push. Again, why split push when you can just... This trip is going to kill your own guys! Wow, that is amazing. It lands directly on top of that Imperial Spear Guard and not actually hit any of your own guys.
Summons you.
The Royal Janissaries are cleaving this side here. I don't know what you're doing with Alchemist. Facing the wrong direction. There we go. Faces the right direction now. Charges in. Kills a couple of guys. Unfortunately, the mole just whacks the entire pile into oblivion. Grape shots galore. We've got grape shots being fired upon. This is the thing. This is the perfect situation. Keep raging. Rage one more time. Everything here does minimal damage. Rage again. Anyway, yeah, that's it for Rangers. A minute to go, and I think they're basically like crawling on the walls with basically no units. They're just getting hunted down. Royal Janissaries beat out the Berserkers by the looks of it, killing off a couple of Iron Reapers and one Janissary by the looks of it.
Dust to dust.
It's sad, really. It's sad, really, because the push on the left-hand side could have been so glorious with Berserkers just going in ham. And that's the thing. You could sit back, relax, while you just let the Berserkers go do their thing. But you didn't. You held back. Not only did you hold back, you sent in one Berserker at a time. And that's the worst. That's the worst. When you're holding back, when you don't send in all your troops, the enemy's gonna have more troops than you. Gonna smack those Berserkers. Gonna smack one Berserker. Gonna smack the next Berserker. Send them all the Berserkers. You're challenging mass against mass. You're questioning whether or not my mass of Berserkers is just gonna kill the enemy, or whether or not the enemy's gonna kill my mass of Berserkers. But you didn't have a mass of Berserkers. You just sent in your Berserkers one by one, and coming up short when we're talking about number of units engaged. A disappointing display, but RNG definitely showing a couple of fresh ideas. I like to see it. I hate to see it fail. Unfortunately, RNG, I'm gonna have to say you are ranking pretty low on my bar right now, mainly because you had a plan. Execution was bad, though. Your execution, your teamwork is bad, and for sure, Atlas and Brotherhood both scoring a A grade in teamwork right now compared to you. But nonetheless, nothing really changed. Atlas is still top of the leaderboard for Group B. We have Pup, I think, top of the leaderboard for A. And Gus automatically wins for Group C. The only one that actually showed up. Let's go have a look and see if well, probably not actually. I don't think in the Pup versus Temp one. Temp forfeited. Yoicks. Probably realized it was temp forfeited by the looks of it. Whew. Alrighty, that is it. There was 9 teams for the South America division. Now there is 3. Well, I mean, we'll get the announcements later on, but yeah, that is all of the battles for the scoring phases for both the South America division and the Asia division. We'll be getting an announcement to see who won the scoring phases. I did tell you that those are the people that are in it to win it. I mean, those are the people that are gonna win it, I believe. Pop, Atlas, and Gus. So, gonna probably see those guys in the main section of the tournament. Really long tournament as well. It's been about 5 weeks. Well, for the Asia division, but it's been about a week for the South American division. Anyway, other than that, that is all for today. I will be streaming in around. I will be starting my stream in around about 4 hours. I start around about either 12 or 2 o'clock. But I'll be starting up my stream then, just for some regular sieges, just for the regular grind. Hope you catch you then. But other than that, my name's Azakai. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Oh, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, if I didn't already say that.